Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub. It is Thursday, December 16th. Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, Billy Briz. Thursday card, 4 games on tap for this Thursday NBA slate. Let's get right down to business. We'll start with Detroit and Indiana. We got the Pacers, 10.5 point home favorites, 209.5, 210 the total in this game. The Pistons, certainly it's not an easy team to want to back at this point in time. It's been a brutal stretch of basketball for the most part for the Detroit Pistons. We'll see if they can turn it around here, but another loss in their last game to Brooklyn, 116-104. The defense has really struggled during this stretch, and they haven't exactly been lighting it up at the offensive end either. So it's really an all-around problem for the Pistons, both ends of the floor. Indiana, back-to-back losses for them after a 3-game win streak, and that's basically been Indiana's season in a nutshell. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. They win 3 in a row. They lose to Golden State, and then they lose to a shorthanded Bucks team last night. So second half of a back-to-back here for Indiana after playing last night. Certainly I favor them over Detroit, but I don't know if I want to lay this much on the second night of a back-to-back with the Pacers. I do kind of like over the total here, though. 5-1 to the over in the last 6 head-to-head meetings with these two teams in Indiana. The recent meetings, 115-109, 116-111, 112-106, all good enough to go over this number of 210. So I think we get some points here over 210. I lean Indiana, but I'm just going to stick with the over. I like Sabonis tonight from a prop standpoint as well. I mean, Detroit's not got a great front court at all. Sabonis is lighting it up right now for the Pacers. He's been playing some really good basketball of late. Scored 30, 21, 30, 21, 24, 30 points, 4 of his last 5 games. I think he goes over his point prop tonight as well. Dutch, what do you think here? Pistons, Pacers.
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and D-gents for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Be sure to hit the motherfucking like button like I just hit that plane and Kush Cake. Get you right where you need to be. Yeah, man. Shout out to, Zachary. I see you, my dude. Ian Smith, what happened yesterday? Motherfucker, I dropped the bag. That's what happened yesterday. It happens to the best of us. Not happy about it. Was on the wrong side of motherfucking everything, unfortunately. But, we'll get it back today. But, we don't run from it. We don't run. But yeah, man, this game, this is an exotic backwood. It really is, to be honest with you. I'll break it down because we only got 4 games to talk about, so I'll give you a little something. November 17th, these two teams played. The Pistons won outright. We're 6.5 point dogs. They beat them outright in Detroit. Now they covered the first quarter and first half in that game. In the prior 2 meetings versus the Pacers did win both games, but the average margin of win has been 5 points per game. So the Pistons have kept the games close. The Pacers are 3-6 straight up in their last 9, 2-2 straight up and in ATS and back-to-back situations. And this is their 4th game in 6 nights. Now, you did mention about Sabonis. He's actually coming out, I believe, saying that he doesn't want to be there anymore. He wants to be traded. We talked about the trade, talks a little bit affecting the team, not really worried about it too much. But that was from, the front office perspective. When your players now are starting to come out and say they want to be gone, it starts to become a distraction in the actual locker room, I feel. So the Pacers, yes, they should win this game. Yes, they're clear, their roster, everything is better than the fucking Pistons. But you're going to give me 10.5, maybe even more. I'll probably have to look to Pistons.
All right, lean to the Pistons here, if anything, for Dutch. Wham, what do you think?
Yeah, man, it's kind of – I understand that look, though, for the Pistons. They actually ranked number 7th in three-point percentage over the last 5 games, shooting at 39%. That's something that they're ranked last for the season, though. You know what I mean? Is that anomaly or not? Like, someone that says in the chat who's going to score for the Pistons – Frank Jackson, bro. Frank Jackson's gonna score for the Pistons, bro. That's who's gonna score. Fucking right. I brought his name because I know Billy be loving to bash one of these. This is one of those guys he's bashing for sure.
The Jayhawk.
This will show what he go bash for sure. But I agree though. Like, who's gonna really score for them outside of him? Like, you know what I mean? Like K Cunningham, he's gonna get his points. Am I gonna be on the assist prop in this game? No, it's too much points here, bro. I think it may be a blowout here. I got bid on that yesterday. I'm gonna stay away from that shit today. I think that you can slide on some of these 3-point props, though. I guess from Detroit, they've been hitting threes. You know what I mean? It's just what it's been happening lately. But other than that, that's the only way I would look here. It's a backwood for me, honestly. I don't want to touch this game.
All right, backwood for Wham as well. All right, Billy, Pistons, Pacers.
I'm kind of with you, but man, I kind of like the over. Over has been 5-1 in the last 6 meetings in Indiana between these two teams. I kind of want to bet the Pacers, but like Dutch was saying, man, 10.5 points with the Indiana Pacers after all the stuff that they've been doing and hearing and feeling and playing with, man, I'm not fucking with that. And I'm damn sure not fucking with the Detroit Pistons. So I guess it's a backwood. Christmas is coming around the corner. I'm trying to gamble a little bit, but this is a gamble I think I'm going to have to pass on. The Pistons are 3-9-1 ATS in their last 13 meetings in Indiana. The Pistons are 5-2-1 ATS in their last 8 meetings. I kind of like that. But then the under is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings. It's just like for every good stat you could bring up another bad stat. So this is a backwood, man.
All right, backwood for Billy with this one as well. All right, Nets and Sixers. We've got the Sixers 1.5-point road favorites here, 216.5 the total in this one. I do like the Sixers in this spot here against Brooklyn. Brooklyn, I know they powered their way through an overtime win against Toronto with a very shorthanded team, and they're not really getting anybody back tonight for this game either. Aldridge still out, Bembry still out, Brown, Carter, Harden out again, Joe Harris. I mean, it's basically the same group and cast of characters that they were without last game. Johnson and Millsap as well. So still a very short-handed Brooklyn team, and it took everything from Kevin Durant. It took an unexpected great shooting, like huge shooting night from Patty Mills. It took Blake Griffin making a couple threes, which I was shocked to see that the other night against the Raptors. That's what it took. Basically, going into that game for the Nets, to win against the Raptors. It took Blake making threes, which he never does. It took Durant having his usual Durant-type game. It took Claxton playing over his head, and they still needed overtime to beat the Raptors. They had everything go their way, and they still were life and death to beat the Raptors. Well, now they're playing an even better Sixers team, a Sixers team that I think is a little pissed off coming into this game. They've lost 2 in a row to the Heat and the Grizzlies. A lopsided blowout loss last night. I know it's the second of back-to-back for the Sixers, but with that game being as one-sided as it was, they didn't see a lot of guys play big minutes. Embiid 37, Harris 37, Curry 33. Maxey was the guy that had the most minutes, 41 last night. So all things considered, it's not that bad of a back-to-back spot for the Sixers. I think they get it done here tonight against this depleted Nets team. I'm on Sixers money line here, -120. Mark, 1999 Dono. We thank you very much for that. We appreciate it very much, Mark, with the 1999 Dono. Thank you very much and appreciate you supporting the channel and supporting the show. Dutch, what do you think here with the Sixers and the Nets?
Yeah, man. Much love for that, Mark. Van Lee, I see your new name in the chat. Our guy Nets Bets liking the Sixers right with you. That's his play of the day. I agree, my man. He betting against his Nets. That makes me feel pretty good. I can't lie. I'm right with the Sixers all day long. Somebody Roger Fon. I don't know who Fonz is, but I appreciate the kind words and shout out to your girl, my guy. The Nets, I like the Nets, man. I'm liking fading the Nets here. Really, like, let's be honest with, they're missing half their fucking roster. KD been playing fucking the whole damn game, damn near. He was already logging a lot of minutes. He was already logging a lot of minutes prior to this COVID situation. Obviously, they've talked about it with Nash. He said he wants to play. Now it's even worse, and it's like he's feeling obligated to be on the court because every time he doesn't, hits the bench, it's like they lose it to 8.6. They go, it's real different with him on the bench. So he wants to be out there, but the shit's gonna take, it's gonna take a toll. But even with all their horses in, the Nets haven't been a team that we wanted to back at the house. 0-6 ATS last 6 at home, 3-10-1 ATS at the house this year. 0-4 ATS last 4 versus a team with a winning record. 4-8 ATS last 12 overall for the Nets. So I feel like this is not only a good spot. Let's continue to fade the Nets, obviously, with the injuries and the COVID and all that going on. But I think it's also just a beautiful spot here for the Sixers coming off of a game they should have won at home last night. Obviously was sleeping. Let Duncan Robinson and everybody else in the fucking Miami Heat just shoot wide open threes like it was shoot around. And they got in a hole, almost got out of it, but fell a little short. A little worried about the minutes played by Embiid. But like I mentioned this morning on Jimmy's show, I'm happy with Drummond in there. If you want to start Drummond, I'm waiting. I've waited to actually place the bet to see if Embiid would be out to see if I could get a better line. because I'm comfortable with Drummond in there. Because what this comes down to me is rebounding. Now the Sixers have lost 3 out of the last 4, and they've been out rebounded by 39 in that span, a total of 13 rebounds per game. Now the only game that they've won in that span was against the Warriors, +2 in the rebounding. So simply hit the fucking boards. If Embiid isn't gonna do it, bring in one of the best rebounders that we've seen in the last fucking decade, Andre Drummond, and he'll get you 15 to 20 rebounds. He might do some dumb shit in the process, but at least he will fucking rebound. You know what I mean? Like, that's what he will do. Now, these two teams played October 22nd. The Nets were +12 in the rebound category. They had all their horses. Harden, Harris, and Aldridge had 54 total combined points. Obviously, they won't be there. Now, the bench had a really good game that game as well, 40 to 23 in bench points. I don't see that happening again because simply the Nets don't have a fucking bench. And the prior 2 matchups, the Sixers did win, and they are 9-3 straight up in the last 12 meetings. Let's go ahead and load up on the Sixers here, first half of full game, boys.
There you go. First half and full game for Dutch. A double up here on the Philadelphia segment.
Man.
All right, Wham. Philly, Brooklyn.
Yeah, I like everything my guy Dutch was saying there. The only thing I will throw at him, though, is that the Philly, man, they terrible at holding down the fast break points. They're 28th in fast break points. They're giving it up almost like 19 a game over the last 5 games. This other side, Brooklyn, they're number 3 in scoring fast break points. And you know they can bring the pace up, even though they haven't been slow, having that fast pace as of late. I believe at 13th in pace, Brooklyn Nets there. 13 in pace over the last 5 games. But they're top 3, you know what I mean, for the season. And this team in Philly, they're slow pace team. They're the bottom in pace over for the season here. I think you could possibly see the Brooklyn slide here and get it here. This is one of the best that I did make there. So I'm kind of not happy I'm against my guy Dutch here, but I think that, Brooklyn continues to do it, bro. You've seen those Duke Johnson guys, or I'm sorry, Cameron Thompson.
Who?
Yeah, right. Who are these guys? Who are these guys? These G League players. He's dapping up.
Even Duke played well for them too.
That's a knock.
He played really nice. He played really well last game. You know what I mean?
Hey, first of all,
10
let's
and
run
13.
the Raptors, all right?
10 and 13 he had, yeah.
I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you. If Isaiah Thomas is getting the job, these kids showing what they can do in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? Like, NBA might be soft out here, y'all. So you feel me? And this Philly team is fucking soft. I just tell you that, like, straight up. Like, they are definitely soft. So I'm thinking of fading them today, and I did take the Nets. Got the money line and also took the points there as well.
All right, like in Brooklyn, no cinch. I mean, you're right. It's no cinch on Philly. It's a back-to-back. They are a little bit soft. They're a little bit flaky, a little bit flighty. They have a game they look great, and like Golden State, and then they get beaten down by Utah and Miami in 2 of the recent games. Shorthanded Miami as well. So it's just all kinds of. Memphis destroyed them without Embiid. So it's just all kinds of. It's not easy to always trust the Sixers, but I'm going to dare Brooklyn to do what they did the other night, getting Duke playing like that.
Yeah, they're missing too much. And let's just let Blake Griffin keep shooting them threes, bro. He's back in the lineup. Keep chucking it, Blake. Keep chucking it.
Keep chucking it. You won't make the ones you made the other night, I guarantee you. Billy, what do you think here?
I feel like I'm on a DeSecchi's commercial, man. I don't always bet the Sixers, especially on the road, but when I do, I hope they fucking cash because I'm with you guys, man.
And stay thirsty. Yeah.
We were fading the Nets at the crib with James Harden, Kevin Durant, the whole crew. Now they got Blake Griffin's bum ass that hasn't played in over a month and a half, like 30 minutes out here, man. I'm not banging with the Nets, man. They're 1-5 ATS their last 6 games following a win. The Nets are 0-4 in their last 4 home games versus a team with a winning road record. The Nets are 0-6 ATS in their last 6 home games, like Dutch said. And then when you look over at the last game, man, Brooklyn was up by 10 points at half, bro. Then they went into a game in overtime. They were down by 11 points in the second half after being up by 10 in the first half. It's an eye test for me. I watched the full game, had a lot of daily fantasy lineups in that one, and man, it took Kevin Durant a vintage performance, and dude's not even that old, man. He played 48 minutes in the last game. The other dudes were stepping up, like Duke, Deron Sharp from the G League team. He looked pretty good out there. A couple of the other guys, like Cam Thomas, he actually looked ass in the last game, but I don't think that'll ever happen again. Everybody else is still dealing with COVID, but to be honest with you, I feel like the Sixers have the guards to match up with this Nets guards. I don't know what's up the Raptors. This is a story for another slate, but the Raptors just might not be a good basketball team, bro. Like Scotty Barnes looked like the only person that actually cared about playing basketball out there on the floor in that game because everybody else just looked like they didn't give a fuck. Fred VanVleet looked like Fred Van Shit. Go back to Wichita State, bro.
I think they're getting OG back, though. They're going to get OG back and be
They're going to get OG back. They can get whoever back, but they ain't got him back, man. They ain't looking
some of that classic NBA fuckery, bro. You know what I mean? The Raptors money line.
Yeah, man. They know I had the fucking Raptors money line, like you in the whole, bro. Yeah,
they know. That shit was hot.
Jackson has been hooping for the Nets team, and his point prop today is at 8.5 at plus 100. I did throw a little sprinkle on that, along with the Sixers money line at minus 120. And I'm not even complaining about the Raptors, bro, because they covered a plus 5.5. Fuck it. I won the ticket, bro. I'm not even
going to get Bobano going. Huh?
Yeah, when I look back at the ticket 2 months from now, I'm not even going to remember the game, bro. So who cares, right?
Yeah, the Raptors are. I know what the Raptors are. They're a middle of the pack Eastern Conference team that's going to be fighting for a playoff.
Baby,
that's what they are.
That's what the Raptors are. Soft baby dinosaurs. They did one.
Their team. They're honestly a team that can beat anybody, and they're a team that can lose to anybody.
Lose to anybody.
That's what the Raptors are.
Yep.
They're soft, bro. I was watching the game.
Still can beat anybody, and they've shown that, but they can lose to anybody.
They have players like if you catch fire, they have guys. You know,
everybody's comes back. Bro, the NBA,
and they got a coach too. So we'll see.
They got a coach that's getting more out of them than they probably should get from that team.
And they're still not looking good.
Yeah. True. They're looking all right. I mean, it's just.
I mean, they covered and they actually been doing pretty well the last 6 games. But
let's
move the fuck on.
If you
enough about Toronto, they ain't even on the
if you would have told me pre-flop that game would have won the overtime, I would have told you you're crazy. But I thought Toronto was going to beat them by like double digits, man. That Nets team was buns, man, and they got blown the fuck out in that.
I sure hope you're right about that because that's why I'm taking the Sixers.
Yeah, I understand. Well, so you make me feel a little bit better about tonight.
Because if they're asked as much as you think so, then they're not going to win tonight because Philly's a step up from Toronto.
For real. This is one of those situations of like
KD ain't ass.
I feel like the Nets are the Lakers of the East, bro. Like they just win a game. Everybody thinks that they're
no.
They can't win at home.
Bro.
They just
you're reaching like James now on that one, bro.
It's just like, bro, I'm not scared of this Nets team, bro. Who's stopping Embiid? That's what I want.
That's
Who's
true.
Stopping Embiid? Blake Griffin's bum ass. They need to go call somebody from the stands that has a better shot than stopping Embiid. Because Embiid goes out here and goes play on the floor. He's about to go. I can't even imagine, man. If you got daily fans,
the more Billy talk, the more I'm confident on this Nets. I don't lie though.
I will say when you compare them to the Lakers, now maybe the roster they're bringing out tonight, we can compare that to the Lakers. But when the Nets are fully healthy,
Austin Reeves is out here saving y'all asses last night, man. That's a problem. Austin Reeves should not be on the floor at the end of the game. Granted, he was on the floor at the end of the game and he hit the shot. But, bro, that's a problem, bro. How y'all spend all this money in free agency and the undrafted kid that barely made the training camp team is out here hitting corner threes? Man, don't even get me started on the Lakers, man.
AR-15.
Hey, they cashed a ticket for us. I don't give two shits how it happened,
who
made the shot or whatever. They won.
AR-15, bro.
Zachariah says Billy's drunk.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Maybe so, bro. Maybe so.
Actually, I did have a
denying it.
appointment. So
you take your fucking Red He's taking the Red Bull fucking Jaeger bombs and shit.
By the way, Russell Westbrook is in COVID protocol now. Just breaking.
There it is.
So there you go.
Oh,
more shit.
They are the Nets. They are the Nets of the West.
Yeah, exactly. COVID outbreak. Yeah,
Billy talked long enough for fucking Russ to get COVID. Goddamn, bro.
Damn, Billy. What else you got? What else you got, Billy?
Who else getting COVID now?
Yeah, don't come down here for Christmas. You might not want to go back to Cali.
Yeah, it's just eating up everybody right now, this damn thing. All right, New York and Houston. New York, 5-point road favorites, 214 the total. I'm not laying 5 with the Knicks at the moment. There's just no way I'm doing that. 4 straight losses, straight up in ATS, Pacers, Raptors, Bucks, Warriors. The only win in the last 8 games for the Knicks was against San Antonio, so it's been a struggle for them. Houston, I'll tell you what, they finally got just absolutely annihilated by Cleveland, 124-89. But before that, they had been covering numbers. But I think at some point, all these guys being out for the Rockets is catching up to them. Christian Wood is questionable, and it still looks like they're going to be without Green, House, Kevin Porter tonight, the Rockets. I lean Houston, but I don't know that it feel like it would be forcing it a little bit with so many key guys out for the Rockets, but I still don't want to lay it with the Knicks. It would be lean Houston, but probably a backwood for me. Dutch, what do you think here? Knicks and Rockets.
Yeah, our guy Alfonso, shout out to our guy, said Billy on that Delta 8. Yeah, man. And Mr. T, I think it was Dan T, he said, he's smoking that Reggie Bush. Hey, they getting you, Billy. Yeah, man. Hey, hit the motherfucking like button like Billy hitting that Delta 8 over there. You know what I'm saying? Get you right where you need to maybe be. Now, let's get to that hundo, though. That's Mando. We like to do that live. Take a moment, everyone, real quick, hit the like button, share the video if you can. Muchly appreciated. Yeah, man, I kind of agree. I looked at this as pretty much the same as you, Ian, but the more and more the day goes after being on Jimmy's show, talking about it with the chat and him, I do think the Knicks first half is pretty appealing, -2.5. I really do. But when you look at it from the roster standpoint, because the Rockets are missing a lot right now, I think, we can kind of throw it out, but they've been really good as dogs. 5-0 ATS last 5 as a home dog, 8-1 against the number as an underdog in the last 9, and they're actually 8-3 straight up in the last 11. But when you look at the injury report, it looks like they're missing quite a bit. So I don't know if I would, those numbers sound good, look good, but I don't know if they're really actually too much to affect in this game. But obviously very attractive. I believe they need to be brought up. In the Knicks on the other side, 1-7 straight up in the last 8. I don't trust them full game, to be honest with you, but this should be a get right spot for the Knicks. -2.5 does seem appealing. It's I guess it'd be an exotic backwood, but if you want to hit this motherfucker, hit it early.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, let me make sure I'm not muted there. So the last 5 games, both of these guys have been shooting threes, man. One is 5th, one is 6th. The Rockets 5th, 6th is Knicks. They're shooting attempts at a high rate here. Are they hitting it? No, not really. But for the most part, I do like the Rockets here in this spot. I just don't want to bet them. Why would I bet the Rockets coming to getting guys back from injury? Dude, my son always coming at this time, waking up. My fault, yo. Give me 1 second, bro.
There we go.
You
got Zaire. He loves the show too much. You can't.
He loves the show. Like somebody said it yesterday. He wants to cat with us, bro. Watching the games with me.
All right, Zaire. What do you think here? Knicks and Rockets.
Yeah. He said backwards.
Yeah, he said backwards. That's what he said. He said you didn't bet this shit yet.
There he's crying. This game's making him upset.
He said no.
This game's making him upset. Billy, New York and Houston. What do you like here?
Yeah, man. I want to bet the Rockets, but my bank account won't let me, man. When I place the bet, it just won't say accept the bet. I don't know what it is, man. The Knicks are 2-12 ATS, last 14 games playing on 1 day's of rest. But the Knicks are 4-1 their last 5 meetings, man. They've been kind of getting it together, man. The over's been 4-1 the last 6 meetings. I kind of like the over. The Knicks have been 7-1 in their last 8 meetings in Houston. That kind of bodes well for them. But the Rockets have been covering as an underdog, man. They're 8-1 ATS in their last 9 games as a underdog. But the 2 things that really didn't allow me to place the bet, I guess, on the website was the Rockets. Oh, man. They're leading the league right now with most turnovers in the league with 17.5 turnovers per game. That's a college basketball number, and they're shooting the worst from the free throw line right now. And those are 2 things that I really don't like to if I'm gambling, let me gamble on a goddamn college basketball team that can't hit free throws or something like that. Maybe that's a bad way to go about it or something, but I just don't like betting on NBA teams that lead the league in turnovers and lead the league in bad free throws percentage. If I had to pick something here, if Wood were to miss the game, this is something that you can't really cap until right before the game. Say Goon. The Turkish player of the league last year, man. He's coming along in his own right now. A lot of people were surprised that he got drafted and he actually played his first year, but he's playing real good basketball right now. He's been coherent with Christian Wood in the starting lineup, and the Rockets have been looking like a much better basketball team, and they've been winning ball games since they put Segun in the starting lineup. And then the other dude was Amani Brooks. I know Wayne was talking about Armani Brooks the other day. Armani Brooks has been hooping for this team. A little bit cold in the last couple of games, but, he's picking it up. Josh Christopher is also picking it off the bench. So from an eye test perspective, I like what the Rockets are doing. I like what their young core players are actually getting minutes and looking good in their minutes. It's just the other ancillary stuff of just like turnovers and free throws, stuff you can't catch. And that, at the end of the day, is just going to make me leave it as a lean on the Rockets. But, if the sports books don't let you place the bet, they're probably telling you something for a reason.
Yeah, and yes, it's worth noting. Yes, R.J. Barrett is out again tonight for the New York Knicks, so it is worth mentioning that he missed the last game as well. All right,
No,
I
final.
want to,
also in the
I want to
protocol
add,
as
I want
well.
to add as well. My apologies,
Yeah.
Ian. Now that I have my
There you
auntie
go. Yeah,
helping
go
here,
ahead. Finish what
yeah.
you were talking
Since
about
we
with
got
the
a little
game.
help here, no. So I agree with you. I think Alperin, Sangun, whatever his last name, I always call him Alperin. I know how to say his first name. Yeah, Segun. He's really good, bro. Like watching him, he's not just the eye test, just what they've been saying about him after the game as well. I like his props. Right now they're pretty low. That's one thing that I did want to add here. I think I can get to the window with his props going over. I believe it's at 12.5, especially once you get Christian Wood in the lineup. I think he's still going to play at that minutes. They got to get rid of fucking Tice. He's fucking trash. Get rid of Tice, man. Add one of these young guys in. I think that's what they're trying to do here in forward.
All right, we got Washington, Phoenix. Phoenix 9-point home favorites, 213 the total. Yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and lay it with Phoenix 9 in this game. To me, Washington on a back-to-back, that was a brutal game for them last night against Sacramento, who's not playing well themselves. They lose that game 119-105. It's now been a brutal stretch for the Washington Wizards, 2-7 straight up their last 9 games, 1-7-1 against the spread in their last 9 games as well. They've struggled. Their defense has fallen apart. Their defensive numbers the last 5 games are just not good at all for the Wizards. They're allowing 117 points per game, 50% shooting given up from the field in the last 5 games. Not good for Washington. Suns, there's no look ahead. They're off for 2 days after today. They play Charlotte at home on Sunday night after this game. So there's no look ahead whatsoever for the Suns. They can focus on this game. They're coming off an overtime win against Portland. They had the day off yesterday, whereas it's back-to-back on the road and third road game in 4 nights on the road for Washington. I'm laying it with Phoenix here. I lean over the total as well because I think the defense, like I say, it's gone backward for Washington, and the over is 6-0, 6 straight overs head-to-head between the Wizards and the Suns, and the total is only 213, 212.5. It's reasonable. So I like Suns -9 over 213 as well in this game. Dutch, Wizards, Suns.
Yeah, man, I agree with everything you said, Ian. I second it. Star Child, he said, "Hey, watch us all be on the Suns." Well, yeah, why the fuck would we not be? I mean, would you tell me why the fuck you want to back the Wizards if that's the case? Please.
Ayton is in. Yeah, Ayton's playing.
Yeah, shout out to Lit Picks.
Put something in the chat.
THC Rizza, G Martinez. I see my dude. Nets Bet says he'll be on. The Suns after the Sixers cash. Yeah, man, I'm right with you, bro. That's exactly the plan. I did lock in the Suns already, though. I really like them here. It's a clear fade of the Wizards. I mean, you let the motherfucking Sacramento Kings bust your ass last night. You gave it away to them, allowed them to shoot 55% from the field. Now, the last 5 games, they're allowing their opponents to shoot 50% or better from the field. Now you're gonna go into Phoenix against the second best shooting team in the fucking league at 47%. Ayton's back. They got Shamet in there to replace Booker, to fill in for Booker. Obviously a downgrade, but the kid can shoot. Fits in pretty nice actually in the rotation with what they're doing. Now the Wiz, 4th game in 6 nights, 2-1-1 ATS in back-to-back situations this year. They are 1-6 straight up in their last 7, 0-6-1 against the spread the last 7, 1-5-1 against the spread last 7 on the road. I think Phoenix smashes here. I don't mind the first half -5, very appealing as well. But I do believe with the Wizards being on a back-to-back, they'll simply tire out. Full game is what I locked in. I think the Suns here, they have 2 days off after this as well. Handle these boys, put it on them, rest easy, and then they'll have a couple nights off.
Yeah, that's what I say, -9, because you want the full game, I think, with the Suns, with Washington being on the back-to-back. Maybe they hang for a quarter or a half, and then the road-weary legs give out on Washington maybe in the 3rd quarter and the 4th quarter. So that's why, if you like the Suns, I think the full game is the best way to go for this one. Wham, what do you think here, Washington, Phoenix?
Yeah, man. My guy Big Show said only 69 likes, man. What type of freaky shit y'all on? That's this motherfucking respectful. What's going on, man? Y'all hear my son in the background crying. Come on now.
Y'all just sitting there being shy and shit.
Yeah, come on now, player.
Down
come on,
player. Do something, please.
So yeah, no Spencer Dinwiddie tonight. When he's off the floor, there's 7 points being added to the offensive rating. The offense actually gets a little bit better. Defense kind of tightens up a little bit. I mean, loosens up a little bit. So they does give it up a little bit more. But, I mean, I think it's a bigger jump. Effective field goal percentage from 49% to 54 when he's off the floor. I think they're going to, that kind of shows that they're going to be going at it at least offensively. Kind of like the over here. You're getting a team that's been shooting pretty bad in this Suns team. They're dead last in true shooting at 51% over the last 5 games. I think they get a little bit better here. They're getting a little bit lax coverage today. You know what I'm saying? So I like the over in this spot. That's the way I was thinking about betting here. I haven't locked it in yet, but that's where I'm going. I know I got some people talking shit about me in the chat about that phrase there. Exactly. Like, I haven't bet it yet, but this is the way I'm going. But I actually do bet these games afterwards. You know what I'm saying? Just try to get y'all the heads up later on if it makes it official or not.
Yeah, we don't have our full cards ready for the start of every show.
If you bet the NBA hours in advance, man, you're going to lose hours off your life.
That's a good point.
By looking at those injury reports at 5:30, man. Why are you betting on a West Coast game at 2 o'clock?
I don't mind
right.
betting, I placed a lot of bets night before, but with nowadays, I was very hesitant because you don't know what the fuck's going to happen. I mean, let alone the NBA has been way more fuckery with the injury report. Now this COVID issue coming back up. I mean, you're just asking for a motherfucking head.
He getting ruled out of the fucking game when he was put in the lineup on Twitter. It's just like, man, if you bet these NBA games out way too far out early, man, you're going to end up getting yourself burnt fucking around on the stove.
You're right about that. There's it's nice to have your opinions formulated hours in advance, but what good is it if 2 of your starters on the team you're betting on are announced out 30 minutes before the game? It's just, there you go.
Coming too common, unfortunately.
Tear it up,
exactly.
throw it away.
Rip it up, exactly. So that's
but nowadays, though, it almost seems like it's not a rip up. It's like all the fuckery comes in, all the money comes in on the other side, and somehow they might come out with the victory still. Like, how'd they win with 4 people on the bench?
Fuck the Miami Heat Sixers last night.
Shit like that. Exactly.
Perfect,
you know what I mean?
Perfect
like, Hero
example.
gets scratched. Anybody who bet, come on, they're thinking fuck, and they handle business. Went out right.
Yeah. Well, Mark,
Easy.
another $9.99. We appreciate it, Mark. Thank you very much.
Yeah, man, it's gonna be a good night, Mark.
Absolutely, we appreciate it very much. All right, Billy, what do you like here, Washington, Phoenix?
Man, I don't want to sound like the same exact guy as everybody else, but I mean, if you're betting the Wizards, bro, just put it in the chat. Just let me know. I'll mark it down. We'll write the reasons why, and we'll bring it back around next time the Wizards are on the slate. But if you want some plus money in this game, you got to find some plus money in this game. And, my degenerate ass is going to go to the plus money in this game. I got the Suns to win by 6 or 10 at plus 310. And then I got the Suns to win by 11 through 15 at plus 425. So for a big favorite, that's 10-point favorites. Hey, man, that's what the spread's saying that they should cover by. So, pull a couple sprinkles and a couple sprinkles blow up. And then you got yourself a little holiday present for the weekend. Maybe you're doing some late Christmas shopping, or maybe your bank account got hit the last couple of days. Well, that's why I'm here. Save your ass. Don't bet that -10. Parlay up the Suns and the Sixers and bet those props. Get yourself paid.
There you go. Parlay recommendation there, Billy. Sixers and Suns, double S combination right there for parlay action for this Thursday NBA slate. All right, there's the 4 game. Before we get to best bets and freshest look and get to the end of the show, we'll ask about the Thursday night NFL game to all of you guys. It's a good one tonight. It's a big one in the AFC West, first place battle. Kansas City, LA Chargers, Kansas City laying 3. The total in this one, 52.5 right now. Looking at this game, I understand why the money's coming in on the over. I think it'll be high scoring. It is a high total, but I think it could still get there. I don't want to go against KC here. Now, I don't like that their defense is starting to, Chris Jones is a big reason why the defense has given up 14 or less in the last 5 games, and now he's out again due to injury. And that's a massive loss on the defensive side of the football for Kansas City. But Kansas City's playing in revenge for a loss at Arrowhead back in September to the Chargers, 30-24. It's a different Kansas City team now compared to then. It's an LA team with no home field advantage. So the Chief fan base is going to travel well. Just asking them to lay a field goal. They're just playing too well at the moment, playing in revenge. I think there'll be a lot of Chiefs fans there. I'm concerned about the Jones injury on defense for sure. But for me, I'm not stepping in front of Kansas City after what I've seen the last few weeks out of them. I would lean Kansas City and also look over the total in this one. Dutch, what do you think for Thursday night football?
Yeah, man. I Need Money says Chargers are banged up. Yeah, I believe Derwin James is not going to be right tonight. If he suits up with that hammy short week, he's the captain, man. He's big to them. I know they played well enough against the Giants, but this ain't the motherfucking Giants. You touched on it, Ian, how well the Chiefs have been playing of late. I'm not going to get in front of that. I'm actually going to back it. I got a -3. I know with Jones out isn't ideal, but they've caused 17 total turnovers the last 6 games, 3+ takeaways each of the last 3 games, a total of 10 sacks in those last 3 games as well. The last 6 games, fellas, they've been holding their opponents to 10.8 points per game. I don't think Jones will affect it that much. So I look for, obviously, the Chargers to score a little more points tonight, but that Chiefs defense has been playing lights out. A big stat that did stand out to me is the Chiefs are the best in NFL at third down conversion rate at 53%. 53%. The Chargers allow a conversion rate on third down of 49.6%. That's the second worst in the NFL. I simply believe the Chiefs will be on the field. The Chargers won't be able to get them off. I did also lock in Travis Kelce plus 110 touchdown. Love that look. And I also got Guyton over 23.5 receiving yards. Got 90+ in the last 2 there for the Chargers. Jalen Guyton over 23.5 receiving yards.
Yeah, exactly. It looks like Williams is going to play, but how healthy? And Keenan Allen's off COVID protocol as well and back on the field tonight for the Chargers. So Justin Herbert's going to have a lot of more weapons now. He's not going to just have to rely on Guyton and a couple others like last week against the Giants. So that's the good news there for them. And this is huge for the Chargers. If Chargers beat Kansas City again tonight, that means they sweep the season series against Kansas City. And even though both teams would be 9-5, LA Chargers get the tiebreaker because they swept Kansas City. So this is huge. This is a huge step forward to clinching the division for the Chargers if they can win tonight, because they'd be tied in record, but they'd have the tiebreaker because they would have gone 2-0 head-to-head against Kansas City. But beating Kansas City twice in the same season, that is never easy, and it'll be a difficult task tonight for the Chargers. Wham, what do you like, if anything, here for Thursday Night Football?
You're muted.
Mute, bro.
Muted.
Talking and shit like I'm not. Come on now. Yes, sir. So this is a play I actually did make before the show here. The Clyde Edwards-Helaire anytime touchdown at plus 130. I think he gets it, man. He just got 2 last game. I think it's a reception touchdown as well. I'm trying to see if I can find a difference in the reception odds for the touchdown there, but I did lock in the anytime touchdown for Clyde Edwards-Helaire. You know, that's the way I'm looking here. Obviously, I got a little bit biased there because I got some fantasy implications in there, but
there we go.
Yeah, I'll just be honest with you. But I think since he's been back from injury, you see him getting those touches there. He got 2 last game. You know, I think he should be able to get in this game. So I'm excited about this game a lot. I think that there is a Chiefs spy here for sure. And I don't want to bet the Chiefs here because it's a divisional game. Anything can happen. I'm going to just stay away, but I think the touchdown happens. So that's the way I'm going.
Yeah, it should be a good one. Billy, what do you like tonight here, NFL?
It wouldn't be right if I came on the show and didn't give you plus money. Now, it's not going to be the sexiest of plays, but if you're trying to cook, you got to cook it up, man. Jared Cook, anytime touchdown, plus 300. First touchdown, you can find that at BetMGM, 20-1. You know, we ain't coming out here to shoot little jumpers. We're shooting Steph Curry 3-pointers out here on the show, man. Go get yourself paid today. But I'm with Wham now. I'm fucking with the Clyde Edwards-Helaire stuff, man. The Chargers are 31st in the league, allowing 140.7 yards per game rushing. So I'm all with the Clyde. I don't fuck with the dude, but he owes me so much money. I gotta fuck with him today, man. You know, you just gotta throw all the stuff in the past, forget about the past, and just look at the money in the future, right?
Yeah, and there we go. And Jared Cook, 2 touchdowns in the last 3 games for the Chargers. There you go. He's
go get yourself paid, play plus 300. Yep. Make sure you throw a little bit on that. You know, don't go cheap on the first touchdown. If you're gonna go cheap on the first touchdown, then don't play the first touchdown. If you go through $20 at the first touchdown, $20 on 20-1, go and get yourself.
It could be a tight end party in the end zone tonight for both of these teams, Kelce and Cook. Right. So we'll keep
Kelce will be dancing in the end zone. Believe that, Sky G.
Yeah, it should be interesting, and definitely you always want to consider rushing props against the LA Chargers and team total overs against the Chargers as well. But unfortunately, Kansas City is 27.5. It's not 22, 24. You've been getting that with the Chargers, and I think they've allowed like 9 or 10 straight opponents at least 24 points, I believe. So it has been a lot. So definitely. Chargers defense, especially against the run, has had their share of struggles, no doubt about that. All right, great stuff with Dutch, with Wham and Billy. We got best bets, Dutch's freshest look coming up right after this.
Welcome to Pub Sports Radio. Catch Betting with the Bag Mondays through Fridays at 10 a.m. with special guest Low Shack on Tuesdays. Later on at 3, it's NBA Pub Hub with your hosts Ian Cameron, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, and more. Coming up after that, see what the latest is in college basketball and NCAA net profit at 4 p.m. Covering UFC fights on live stream, it's the Pub Up crew with the best bets, fight updates, and live reactions.
All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke. Southtown 101, Manscaped, promo code PubSports, 20% off your purchase, Lawnmower 4.0, or any Manscaped product using the promo code PubSports. MyBookie.ag, promo code PubSports. A great time of year. NFL, college football, bowl games, NBA, college basketball, NHL, UFC. Great time of year. MyBookie.ag, sign up for an account, Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit as well. MyBookie.ag, promo code PubSports. And there's that new ad supporting Pub Sports Radio there. Great shows daily. I mean, you saw it in the new ad. They're betting with the bag, NBA Pub Hub, Net Profit, college basketball, Beat the Line with Jimmy and Bebsy, Tuesday nights, UFC live streams, horse racing live streams with Razor Sharp and the crew. It just goes on and on. We got college football bowl show Saturday morning with me, Connor, Big Ragu, and DJ Big Boss. We're going to have a Saturday morning college basketball show starting in January. I mean, it goes on and on. Endless content and shows.
That bell notification.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Make sure you get notified when all these shows go live. That's important as well. So stay tuned as always. Pub Sports Radio, wall-to-wall content every single day. All right, best bets for this Thursday NBA card. Let's get to it. Dutch, we'll start with you. Freshest look.
You're muted, bro.
Oh, he's muted now.
My fault. That was a very nice addition. I do dig it. Whoever said that in the chat. That was a nice little professional commercial. I like it. Yeah, man. This is tough for me. I almost want to give out Kelsey plus 110. I love that motherfucking thing. That's a beautiful look tonight. But since the NBA show, freshest look, we're going to motherfucking Brooklyn. And we're going with the Sixers full game. Take it plus money. Get that plus money in your pocket. They're going to handle business. They will beat down Brooklyn. They're too beat the fuck up. Believe it. That's good money.
There you go. Sixers to take care of business against the Nets. Freshest look for Dutch. Wham, your best bet.
Best bet has to be the only bet I've made so far. And I'm going head up with my guy Dutch here. I'm going Brooklyn. You know, they're shooting at a crazy rate right now, and it's because of KD. Who's going to stop KD on the other side? Like my guy Ronell used to say, who's going to check KD? I think it's going to be no one here. He's going to continue to eat. Getting all the minutes, bro. Keep him in the game, bro. Keep him in the game, coach.
Oh, see.
All right, there we go. Like a little heads-up action here. Nets for Wham with his best bet and the freshest.
We're going to ring the motherfucking bell, bro.
So, guaranteed winner right here on the NBA Pub Hub tonight between those two. Someone's winning. No doubt about that. All right, Billy, best bet.
Man, I've been in this seat plenty of times before, and I described to you, man, if it's the day before the weigh-ins, you follow me over on Twitter at Getting Bills, because you know I'm trying to get paid before the UFC fights. So the best bet of the day, we're going to show you love, keep it in Philly, and I'm signing with my boy Dutch, man. Philadelphia to the bank, man. Let's get this money. Full game, -120. Let's go.
All right.
got
Put me in the
Philly
pack.
game
Y'all try to
rolling
put
with
me in the pack tonight, huh?
Yeah, man. Be special.
Come on, Ian. Come on, Ian.
We in the club with Ben Simmons eating wings, man. Slapping on, spending money. We throwing hundreds, not ones.
All right. Well, my best bet, you know what? I'm going to do it too, Philly. It was Philly or Phoenix. We're going to do a gang. Sorry, Wham. We hate to, bust your balls and gang up on you like this. Like an army going for the kill here, unfortunately, on you. We apologize for that, but let's make it 3 with Philadelphia, -120 against Brewers. Either that or Phoenix. And I like Phoenix too, but I'm going to go with Philly here,
Sixer
-120.
Suns money line parlay.
Philly
I think
-120.
I think my son is against me too.
I can't buy into Blake Griffin doing what he did the other night, David Duke doing what he did the other night. KD is still playing through an ankle. Can he be that good again? Is Patty Mills going to shoot a game-tying 3-ball to force overtime to begin with the other night? I don't know about all that. And the Sixers, look, it's shame on them if they're soft and they're bad tonight because they're off back-to-back losses. They should show up tonight in this game. So we'll go Sixers here -120 for best bet. So we'll see how it goes. Wham's going to have big time bragging rights tomorrow if the Nets get it done. That is for damn sure. But hopefully for the 3 of us, that's not the case.
Yeah, that won't be the case, but we still love you, Wham, motherfucking band. That won't be the case.
It's all good.
Hey,
I'm about to lock in now. I'm about to lock in that Suns over 213 just to give y'all that display.
Get your money back. Get your money back, bro.
I'm about to lock that in. But at the same time, Nets is good, buddy.
Better prop.
There we go. The guaranteed winner for
Get
best
your money
bet.
in a prop.
Nick Claxton over 8.5 points. +100. He had 16 in 26 minutes, career high last game.
Yeah. All right.
Curry
That's good to know for sure.
gonna stroke it tonight. He had 7 last night. He was off. He's gonna come back tonight. Get wet in Brooklyn.
Yeah, we can't go 0-4 with best bets on the show tonight. That's the good thing now. Someone's winning. Hopefully, we'll see how it goes with that. All right, great stuff. Everybody in the chat, thank you very much. Hit the like button. Make sure you do that on the way out if you haven't already. College basketball net profit with Maxwell Smart and Connor Mack is coming up at 5 p.m. Eastern at the top of the hour. We will be back tomorrow once again for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub. For Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, and Billy Briz, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Thursday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. And we'll see you again tomorrow on Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to like, subscribe, comment below as well. Share the video if you can. Y'all stay fresh, stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.